So I've been in a few long-term relationships, and I mean a few. I'm talking about 3 to 4 year relationships where I actually lived with the girl. This was in my 20s, so we were very young. These relationships, ended traumatically, a couple ended really good. We just grew apart. We were going different directions in life. What I realized is around year 3 to 4 is when you really get comfortable with each other. And that's when you realize if you really want to be with that person. It's also a time where you spent 3 to 4 years together. So you changed as an individual and also you changed in the relationship. I think a lot of people need to realize that it's human, it's natural to change over time. That said, oftentimes people fall out of love with the person they fell in love with years ago because that person has changed. They are different. I think people really need to learn how to love appropriately. A lot of people are only loving what you can provide for them. They don't love you specifically. Love is very similar to how you love a family member. You may not like them all the time. You may hate what they do, but you still love them purely and dearly. Same with loving your kids, right? You may have a shithead of a kid that you can't stand, but you still love them, right? That's real, true love. Another thing, I know for a fact that a lot of relationships that I observed, if they were to lose everything and had to sleep on the streets, one person would leave that other person. Why? Because they're not providing anymore. That's not love. I say that to say this, love is very rare. A lot of people are out here using each other for what they provide. They don't actually love you and who you are. So you get on here and see a lot of these platonic relationships. You see a lot of these gold digging women, which they are because they would not be with these guys if they did not provide for them. They don't love the guy for who he is. They love them for the lifestyle that he provides. Now, as a man, it's perfectly fine to be a provider. Just make sure that person loves you for you and not what you do for them. If the money in the well runs dry, will they be sleeping with you on the streets? The answer is a hell no. I've been out of a relationship for years because I am looking for that one person that I can actually trust my heart to be with. Not somebody that loves me for my looks, not somebody that loves me for what I can provide for them, not somebody that, doesn't love themselves, so they need somebody to love them more than they love themselves, You got to observe and look for these type of things, man. So be careful who you're loving and getting into relationships with, because you have to figure out exactly why they love you, if they love you, to continue a long-term relationship if you want the relationship to last, right? Y'all getting married, you got to think for the rest of your life. Is this person going to be with you for the rest of your life? A lot of y'all just meeting people, then you get married a year later. That's not long enough to understand if that person loves you. Just my 2 cents.